I understand love on a level now that I don't care if it cost me everything that I have and everything I will ever make to feel what I feel for 5 minutes. I truly feel, and I say this, I wake up every day and I say this, if I were to die tomorrow, I've done it. I've done all of it. Like I truly have done it. I know there's more for me yet. I'm shocked at where it could go, but I've felt love. I get it. I understand songs now. I understand and engage in the world in a different way. Like I believe and chase after different things, and it's worth it.
It is worth it. And it's very different. And I've also come into it with a very different, I caught flack for this the first time I said it, but I am in a marriage now where divorce is always an option.
Listen, so when people, can we just talk about that for a minute, Sarah girl? Because people don't realize that when you have been through a divorce already, I'm in a marriage where, or not a marriage, I'm sorry, putting it out there, Lord. Okay, my lips to your ears, Jesus, okay? But I'm in a relationship, right, where, you know, we choose each other every day.
You choose
and
it every day.
And we choose it every day. And that means that as long as they're there, that means that we want to be there. And then, and furthermore, if I only have this relationship for 10 years, that means that the next love is going to be even greater. And if that's possible, I hope I get 10 years with that person. I am open to as many loves and lessons as God wants to send my way. I pray that this is the big one and I'll have it forever. But if this one goes out the door, the next one's going to be better. And if that's the case, then I receive it. Whatever God wants for me, I want for me, you know?
Absolutely. I'm 100% in alignment, because there's something to be said about being in a marriage where you felt like if divorce isn't an option and we have to work this out, then suddenly you're like, you're so trapped in something that is just getting more and more toxic for each other.
Yes.
And so removing yourself from that, and my husband was also divorced previously as well. And now we've had a lot of conversations. I feel when you know divorce is always an option and you wake up every day and you choose marriage, you behave differently. You love differently.
There's a humility in the way that you are. I mean, I can tell you that I've been in this relationship now for a year. The growth that I have experienced in how I have had to, I am better. I'm saying it out loud. I almost paused, but I'm going to say it out loud. I am better to this man than I was to my husband.
Yes.
And it's not that I wasn't good to my husband. It's not that I wasn't a great wife to my husband. It's that I am better to this man simply because not only do I want to make sure I keep him, but I also want to make sure I don't lose myself. And that has changed everything in how I interact. I am like, we had a fight just 2 days ago. Like,
but isn't it lovely to fight with somebody that fights to be there?
Oh, fights to be there. Because one of the first things we said, what our fights look like is, we're not going to break up over this, but I need to tell you something that I need.
Yeah.
Like, I've never argued that way with a partner, because the intention is, the problem is in the room. You know, we're talking about the problem. We're not going at each other.
Yes.
And that is healing. It teaches me how to interact. It shows my babies what it's supposed to be like, which means hopefully they won't repeat what I've repeated, you know? And it's an amazing thing. Like, it's growing me so much. And I've seen this in you, and the way that you talk about your partner is that, like, there is a, you know, when people talk about authenticity on the internet, you know, real recognizes real.
Yeah. I
have been in the marriage before, and I've looked at your thing. When I was in my previous marriage, I was like, that can't be real. That can't be real, because I didn't have it. I was like, there's no way. But now that I have what I have, I'm like, I see the little signs.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And it's so fascinating how much, like, to tie it back into the body conversation, I have to read my favorite. It's pinned at the top of my account for a reason, but it says, I'm 50 pounds heavier than when we met. And I think about that sometimes when the doubt creeps in, when I feel unlovable for simply changing. And then I remember the journey we've been on. I remember that this change is actually a beautiful one. It's the first dates, the second dates, the thousands of them more, the travel, the taste of it, the laughing till we're sore. It's cocktails on Friday, curling up on a Sunday, sickness, overworking, joy, and healing. It's having a baby together woven inside my body. It's 50 pounds of what's made our family. So when I think about it and the doubt creeps in, I ask myself, what would you rather, have this life or be thin? And I smile at him and I look at our life. It's not even a question. I would do it all over again.